This is complete. Triple. Da-da-da-da-da. Wow, that was a great, well thought of introduction. My name is Christian Hull. This is Complete Drivel. There's three things you're going to notice. First, the audio quality isn't as good as it normally is. And that's because I've taken the podcast from the studio and into the home of one Christian Hull. I've bought a microphone from JB Hi-Fi yesterday and it cost me not that much money. And the audio quality reflects that. It's not super whiz-bang, but you get the idea. Second thing is, I sound nasally, even more so. I'm still sick. I feel like I've been sick for like 2 weeks. It went from, what did it start? Oh, really sore throat, infected throat. Ooh, do you know what I did? So I got an infected throat. And the worst thing is I thought it was tonsillitis. So I was like, I'll go to the doctor and get antibiotics. So I went to the doctor and the doctor said the worst thing imaginable. It's not tonsillitis, it's a virus. I can't give you anything. So I had to go home and just be sick. Boo! Of all the drugs in the world, the pharmaceutical company can't sell me some sort of bullshit drug to make me feel better. That was really annoying. And then what I figured you could do is you can get your phone and put the flashlight on and then hold it up to your, like the inside of your mouth and turn it on and go, and then the camera, and then you can see the back of your throat. And it was so disgusting. And then I started like dry reaching because I was like, ooh, that's in my throat. This podcast is going to be littered with coughing and sneezing and sniffing, and that's probably going to be super annoying. I want to talk about, let's just straight into it, wetting the bed. Maybe not as an adult. Oh my god, that just reminded me of a great shitting the bed story. I'm writing it down, the bed, because I have terrible memory. I wanted to talk about me wearing my mother's clothes as a child. Yes, we'll get to that. I feel like you're my therapist today. Blah, blah, blah. And some awkward encounters as well. But let's start with wetting/shitting the bed. Do you wet the bed? Sometimes you shit it. I'm really good at doing my own production. So, I used to wet the bed until I was like 12. I want to say 12. I think it was just before high school. I literally stopped wetting the bed. I used to wear nappies to go to bed when I was 12. And I thought I was like the oldest person in the history of the world to wet the bed. What 12-year-old does that? What? What's going on? Anyway, turns out completely wrong. So many people do it. But Mum had to hire this contraption. And it was like this weird, it looked like a weird 70s torture device. And it had a bell on it and these weird like pins and like these metal, like almost like paddles that you stick on the side of your head. Here I am as a 12-year-old going, oh my god, they're going to electroshock therapy me to stop wetting the bed. I'm like, how's this going to work? Terrified. And then there's this big foil sheet. I was like, oh my god, this is serious. Like, they're going to wrap me in this giant foil sheet, attach these electronic probes, and then zap me until I die. And then I'll stop wetting the bed. Great solution, Mum. So anyway, she sets up this machine. And all it is it's genius / very old school. You put the foil... That's one of the joys of doing a podcast at home next to a highway is there's a lot of road noises. It adds for ambience. So you put the foil sheet down and then you basically lie on it. And it's attached, so the metal prongs clip onto the little foil sheet and attached to this massive wooden box with a bell on it. What happens is when you wee, the foil, senses it conducts some sort of electricity and it triggers the bell. Holy fucking Christ. This bell is the loudest thing in the history of the world. So it doesn't just wake up the person wetting the bed to alert them that they are weeing. No, it wakes up literally people within a, 500 metre radius of the house. So it was like an alert to let the neighbourhood know that Christian is currently wetting himself. And so I did this thing, you wake up, you're terrified. If it doesn't alert you to the fact you're wetting the bed, it causes you to wet the bed because it's just so terrifying. So I wake up and I'm like, oh! And then you sort of halfway through the stream, so you stop. And I'm covered in piss. And then you go to the toilet and then mum has to change the sheets. And then you fall asleep and then it keeps happening and happening and happening. And then basically it just tricks your body into realising that if you wet the bed, you're going to be woken up in such a terrifying manner. So the body wakes itself up before you wee yourself and you go to the toilet. So it eventually works, but the joys of being a parent and having a child do that is you literally had to wash and change the sheets every night. Because normally I just wore a nappy to bed. So it was just like, well, piff that in the bin. But now I couldn't. And so I think it drove mum insane. But it worked. And I think she was worried because I had 3 younger brothers. And she was like, oh my God, we're not doing this for them. Like, stuff that. They can just wear adult diapers forever. And that was my experience with wetting the bed. Now, it reminded me of an amazing story of a friend of mine who shat himself while he was at a girl's house. So the story goes. So my friend picks up a girl one night and they go back to her apartment. They do the whatever heterosexual people do. I don't know. They kiss, they high five. That's it. That's all that happens in my mind. And they fall asleep. Now, what's happened is, a lot of booze, things that don't agree with the system. They've had dinner. And they're in bed naked and they're lying ass cheek to ass cheek, right? Facing opposite directions of each other. And unfortunately, during the night, this friend of ours shits himself. Now, he's shat himself and his shit, because they're touching ass cheek to ass cheek. Oh, sorry, such a poorly timed cough. His shit has got all over her butt. So in the morning, he's woken up first and gone, oh my God, I've shat myself and my shit is all over this girl. So he's gone, all right, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? So then he sort of lies there covered in shit for a moment and realises he's got a pretty good plan to just get himself out of there and make it seem like he didn't shit the bed. So what he did was he pretends to wake up. Oh, she's still asleep. And he goes, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Realising the shit on her butt. He's gone, oh my God, you've shat. You shat yourself. Oh my God. So he's looking at this girl, blaming her for shitting the bed. Now she's woken up. She's covered in shit around her ass and gone, oh my God, I have shat the bed. And he's gone, oh my God, it's all over me. Oh my God, this is horrifying. So she's gone, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. So then he's gone into the bathroom, wiped himself up and gone, you're disgusting, and left. Right, not realising that in fact, he is the one that shat in her bed. It was not her. Genius move. Like, that's genius. I've never shat the bed. Like, I don't think I've shat the bed. I mean, I've shat myself in many, many places, but lying in bed, I don't think is one of them. Okay, wearing my mum's clothes. So, when I was younger, I remember mum had this pair of... Now, mum worked in the fashion industry, so she had these really nice clothes. And I remember, I'm going to describe these shoes to you, and you're going to be like, what normal woman would wear lime green high heels? I know. 70s. I reckon 70s or 80s. She would have had to have bought them then. Like, who does that? And I remember I used to love wearing mum's high heels just around the home. And it would make this just, I don't know, like horrific noise, and my feet were too small, and, oh, isn't it cute? Let's take lots of photos. I just thought it was hilarious, and not realising that I would grow up into a disturbed human being. But I used to love wearing mum's green high heels. And I vividly remember, and I do remember once, twice, 3, 4, many, many times, Mum had this, like a gown, not like a nightie, but it was like a thin, floral. It just felt like a big gown, and I used to put it on with the heels. Now, Mum never knew I used to put that on, and I don't think she did. And I used to just put it on, and I used to be like, oh, and because she had like a small little walk-in wardrobe with a mirror, and I used to remember putting on some of Mum's jackets, wearing the heels, and just being like, oh, hello, oh, aren't you a pretty woman today? Upon reflection, that's not that bad, is it, really? No, I've never told anyone that. But I do remember Mum's she's got pretty good taste now, but in like the mid-90s, Mum she just had great fashion sense, and she had such a great wardrobe. I think most of it's gone. In fact, I'm flying to see Mum and Dad tomorrow. I might go and raid Mum's wardrobe. None of it fits, of course, because I'm about 4 times the size of my mother. Same height. So if I just lost the weight, oh, what a motivational tool I just had a stroke. What a motivational tool to lose weight is that I can wear some of my mum's wardrobe. But as long as she's kept it. Like, she had like this black jacket with like little mirrored circles. Oh, it was so cool. And it was like embroidered with yellow. Oh my God. And the gay's really coming out in me right now. I got a tweet a couple of days ago, and it was a Snapchat, and it was my video was playing at a church sermon. Now, yes, I was very concerned, first of all, because my DNA, my personality, and just my overall sense of moral compassness does not belong in a church. I feel like the church teachings are the exact like, you look at Christian Hull's life and go, this is a sinful life. Please do the opposite. Amen. Christian does many men. Oh, what was that? I read a joke. God, this podcast is like pretty horrific. Oh, I just realised this is episode 68. Next episode is 69. I'm going to dedicate next episode to Dicks. The episode of Dicks. Dicks. It's just going to be just Dicks. Christian, how does that differ from your 68 other episodes? I don't know, but I'm just going to say that it's the Dick Special. Episode 69. The Dick Special. Also, side note, someone messaged me to say, where's Complete Drivel 59? It doesn't exist. I'm going to sneeze. Oh my God. I have really loud sneezes. That was probably a horrific audio piece of shit. Whatever. Oh my God. I just feel like death. So, here's the deal with episode 59. Now, episode 59, which I have not yet published, contains... it contains material that will be offensive to all viewers. Like, it's pretty offensive, and that's why I've held off posting it. It's nothing to do with politics or religion. It's basically some sexual encounters I had that you will find offensive. And eventually I will publish podcast 59, but it just scares me a little bit because it's a pretty full-on episode. And I really have to, like, if I put that episode out there, I have to get and I have to accept that there will be criticism that comes back for the choices that I made. Oh, it's not, like, it's nothing. No, it's yeah. We'll just approach episode 59 when we approach it. So anyway, I was in this church sermon. Now I was like, oh, wow, I wonder if they're like showing a video of mine being like, do not follow the dark side. But turns out, so it was like this like church, like 360 church. I think it's a new modern sort of cool church. And they were basically just showing a video about what it's like to be a parent. I love that they use a short gay guy who has no children as a parenting guide. Look at this parent. He's stressed. Anyway, I just thought that was great that I was in a church sermon. Like, I'm saying a church sermon. I think they just played the video at a church. But I want to be like in the sermon, which is like the official reading at the beginning of church. I think. I don't know. I mean, look at me. Of course I don't know. All right, let's end with awkward encounters. Now, I got a message. Let's read this message out. From, I'm not allowed to read their name. And she shared with me this awkward encounter. And it was just, it's something that if I was a female, this would have happened to me. Like, this is great. Anyway, she writes, "Hi, Christian. Love all your posts. Just wondering if you have thought about doing one on embarrassing moments. Here's mine. A few years ago, I went away for a weekend, and on my trip home on the train, 5 minutes in, my bag fell over. No problem. I pick it up, and with my music blaring in my ears, I'm none the wiser that my electric toothbrush has switched on. You know what an electric toothbrush sounds like? So, for the entire 30 minutes of my trip, the guy sitting next to me kept looking at me sideways, feeling a little awkward, but didn't think much of it. So I get home, drop my bag down, take my earphones out, and I can hear this loud buzzing sound. I thought it was the light or something else. I checked the flat, and then I realised it's coming from my bag. And then I realised that my electric toothbrush must have been making that noise the entire trip. So, I'm sure the guy next to me thought it was a toy. And then she goes on to say, I can't read. That's a bit inappropriate. Anyway, she goes on to say that she feels the whole train heard her electric toothbrush and thought she might have been a very sexually promiscuous lass. That is amazing. Can you imagine sitting on a train, earphones in, right? You're just so oblivious to everything that's happening around you. But your bag is making this noise. For 30 minutes on a train full of people. And you've got like, stab it to the left if you're having a good time. Jib it to the right if you know that you feel right. Chickens to the front. Ha, ha, go right. Isn't that mortifying? Like, I'd be so embarrassed. At least, like, if you find out midway through the train trip, that's horrible, because then you have to sit with these people knowing that they think you've got a giant vibrating dildo in your bag. But at least when you get home, you can be like, oh my God, I'll never see these people again. Thank God. Now, I don't really have any big awkward encounters. Like, I'm sure I do. Like, most of them I've already said, but the one that I can think of, and it's not so much awkward. Oh my God, sorry, I really need to go. I'm so sick. Is when I was on Grindr and I was chatting to this guy, and I rock up to his house, and I open the door, and he was wearing a t-shirt, but it was a t-shirt that my mother had actually designed. Like, do I want to finish this story? So it was someone... I can't really give details out, can I? But I opened the door and I was like, oh my God, my mum designed that t-shirt. I didn't say that. And then I realised why my mum had designed that t-shirt, what she designed it for, which meant I knew who this guy was. And he was attractive, and then, of course, I went in and followed through with that. Not really awkward, because I can't really give the details of that story out. Do I have any other awkward... I don't really have any other awkward moments. Let me save my awkward sexual encounters for the next podcast. Even though I've already pretty much told you them all. Anyway, tune in. Next podcast is 69. It's going to have lots of dicks in it. It's going to be only about dicks. Dicks. Dick-a-dick dicks. Dick-a-dick-a-dick dick. Dick. It's recording on my phone. Nothing but the best quality for me. It's got to work out how to hit stop. Where is the stop? But here it is. All right. Thanks for your time, everyone.